Good day, everyone. Good day, good day, good day. I hope everyone is having a great day. I've been hearing, we've been having some technical difficulties today on Facebook earlier today. So, while you guys are coming in, I want to say thank you to all who have been supporting. Trina, are you in? Are you on? For those who have been supporting the vision, thank you so much again. For all those who are coming on, like and share the video.
Hey, girl.
What's going on?
Nothing much.
Can you hear me?
Good?
Yes, I don't know what's going on with my headphones. I can't even hear my headphones. What's going on with that? Really? Come on now. So hopefully we don't have any feedback because I haven't been told or experiencing or actually looking on Google about Facebook. When you bring somebody on and you guys don't have headphones on, this is where the echoes and the feedback comes from. And for whatever reason, my headphones are not working. Isn't that something?
Well, I don't hear the feedback.
Real. Well, we just gonna keep hope alive that it doesn't
All
happen.
right.
So, I start off the show basically saying like and share the video. I want to tag our Osborne people. Hopefully, I can get them. If I can
Right.
get them in here. However, I'll get it in here right now. So, what I start to show off by saying, or as we say, keeping it real conversations, is I believe in the 6 degrees of separation. I believe that we're all one person, one step, one advice away from where you want to be. And this is the way of who I am as a connector, is putting this out for everyone to see, everyone to take away from the conversation something that you didn't know before. Some people are taking away from it as being very helpful. I didn't know, or I had a conversation not yesterday, the day before, with my cousin who was she's a professional golfer, and I got a feedback information, a screenshot of the LPGA congratulating her.
Right.
So this is major. It's bigger than we think.
Right.
So and a lot of the videos that I've shared so far are like 300, 400 views. So I am so excited that what I was led to do is being helpful to you guys.
Amen.
So the next thing I do is I tell my audience how I'm connected to you.
Mm.
So we're gonna go back to 25 years ago, where I met Miss Katrina Williams. Back then it was Hunt, right?
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay. Back in, I want to say August, September of 1992,
Mm-hmm.
in the classroom, in the hallways of Laura F. Osborne High School.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who do not know, that year on record is one of the highest incoming class of freshmen
Mm-hmm.
that happened that year. To the point where in Michigan, the incoming class was as large as if you went to Cass, King, or
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance. That year we were scaled in I want to say intelligence,
Oh yeah.
to the point of a class that they had to group.
Mm-hmm.
And now in Osborne and those schools, we didn't test, academically to find out what class you were in. They didn't do that. Our class was so huge, they basically wanted to group the elite
Yep.
freshmen all together. Their point was to make sure that we all grouped in the whole 4 years together.
Yep.
And I didn't understand that. I'm like, I did stuff on purpose so I wouldn't be, classed up with the,
Nerd.
nerds. So, and I go here and this is what they do to us. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm trying to hide low key.
Right.
And here y'all are putting us all together in a group of elite students.
Yes.
So I had the pleasure of being grouped up with this young lady. And we all were, I couldn't say that we were all nervous or scared, or we just did what we did. I mean,
Right.
it was what it was.
Right.
So, me and Katrina, we were grouped in the one of the elite classes, and we became friends instantly.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, um, not only friending her in class at school, we hung out outside of
Yes,
school.
we did.
So, um, unfortunately, Trina didn't graduate with me at Osborne, but her presence was definitely missed because some of the ones that came in with that class really meant the world to me in starting off my high school career basically um, in that particular classroom. So Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool that I brought you on because of the things that you had to endure in life
Mm-hmm.
that I knew about in high school,
Mm-hmm.
as well as going on in your professional career, which I will let you talk about. And we will actually touch on doing what you were doing,
Mm-hmm.
your new lifestyle of getting retired from it,
Yes.
as well as um, doing your family life with your husband and your children. I believe the world needs to know um, who you are,
Mm-hmm.
not because it's just a personal relationship that I have with you, but because of the story that some people don't know,
Right.
that need to hear um, the struggles, the overcome, the victory, all of that good stuff is all in your belly and it needs to come out.
Ooh wee.
So let's go from the class of 92 all the way to where we are now. So go ahead, ma'am.
You said let's go to class of '92. What again?
Your the beginning start of Osborne and where you went from there.
So as Camila mentioned, we started out, high school, and it was different for everybody. Um, for me personally, I've never been to a school more than one year. So, and to be consistently seeing the same people, it was definitely a good experience because I actually started to build those friendship bonds that I didn't have growing up. And I met her. It was Philip Doherty. Who we had? Deshaun White. We had
Yes.
oh, what's the other guy's name? It was a bunch of us. Every day we ate lunch together. Every day we all lived like different lifestyles. We came from different backgrounds. But when we got together, we was thick as thieves. Could nobody tell us nothing. And it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
where we were teenagers, but it wasn't where this person like that person. It was nothing like that. We were all friends. We were all cool. Even if we got mad at each other, we would sit at the other end of the lunch table or across, but we had us. That was it was like school was our escape from all the other
Yes, life.
stuff that was going on that, we didn't have to talk about with everybody and it stayed with us.
Yes.
So that part I really, really I missed that part of it, but it started showing me I was growing into me. I wasn't just growing into Trina. I was growing into the Katrina and being able to feel okay with how I felt about certain things or things that I experienced. So that part of it,
Right.
I know I wouldn't the friendship, I'll tell you, you used to get me almost in trouble, girl. Oh, Jesus. The football, was it football or basketball?
That I played or what?
No, the guy.
Oh,
Oh,
football. He
Jesus.
played football. Actually, he was on the football team as
Mhm.
well as the track team.
Okay.
So
Okay. So we used to have these little cat sounds. I don't know what they was, but that was our shout out to be like, hey, you might need to get back to class right now. So, but you know what? We had each other back. When I had my first so-called boyfriend, um, I don't think my mama knew about him, but he ended up being crazy as heck. Remember? And everybody had to like hover around me to make sure he wasn't coming for me
yes,
or nothing. But through it all, I think out of everybody in Osborne, I know you and Philip were the only two I really kept in contact with. Um, Past, Chicago, past going in the military. You two were the only two I really kept in contact with. We always somehow linked up or emailed or whatever the case. We always kept in contact with each other.
yeah. That the camaraderie um is what I miss the most. Like, when we were in high school, it was 90210
Look.
was on and all of those type of shows. So it was important to me that I needed to have that surrounding. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they all went to classes together. They all, you had the brother and sister
Mm-hmm.
type attitude. You had, somebody in the group like the other one secretly, but
Right.
somebody close to them
Yeah.
knew they secret. Like,
Yeah.
I really want to, but I don't want to mess up our
Right.
friendship. So that whole thing, that 90210, outside of not having, the money side of it,
Mm-hmm.
I lived that.
Mm-hmm.
I lived that. So even and then it was like, matter of fact, I was supposed to have an interview with Deshaun yesterday,
Really.
but something happened and I'm gonna have to reschedule with him. But I remember not only not only with school, we made sure we did our homework.
Yes,
We
we
made
did.
sure that because we was in elite
Yes.
class, if you had issues, if somebody had a teacher earlier in the class that day, we will all come to the lunch table. Okay, what was this like?
Yes.
Even in the ways of cheating on the test,
Look.
okay?
Oh, remember
What
Miss
was the answers?
Chang? Miss Chang used to kick me out her class almost every day. Oh,
uh,
ninth grade, she used to be like, get out. I'd be like, I ain't even said nothing yet. Come on, lady.
yes, she was something else. I didn't have her. I think I had her for one semester for math, and it was like I can't take her. No, I can't do it. So it was, the whole we were accountable to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes as we get older, we lose that because we if something happened where the trust issue comes in. And I remember, us being in my bedroom or at your
Yep.
house, and we was like, okay, what's really going on?
Mm-hmm.
What's the real, we didn't keep secrets from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that time came when you had to leave, I was low key like heartbroken, like
Cause that
now what?
time, by that time, we had moved around, right around the corner from each other. Yep.
And I was like, now, because you left what,
I left
10th
after
grade?
10th grade, going into 11th grade.
And I'm like, now, what am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Like, my, my, uh, my girlfriend, I'm like tearing up now thinking about it. Um, that we jailed so well
Yeah.
together was gone. Now it's like, um, where do I go from
Yeah.
here? Even though I can't go backwards, I can't leave. But now I had to actually stand on my own and do what I came to do, even though I'm like, okay, where's Katrina
Yeah.
now? Because I think after you left, we didn't talk no more
We
in high
didn't click
school.
anymore. We didn't click up until a couple of years ago. I want to not a couple of years ago. I want to say as soon as Facebook happened, because that's when I reconnected with you. I always talk with Philip, no matter what. Philip used to always. Well, I ain't gonna say always. Philip and her. There was always so we kept our distance, but we were always really close. We were brother and sister, whatever. And but we always, me and him always connected with each other. We used to write each other letters, everything when I moved to Chicago, even, after I came in the Navy. And I think I had asked him one day, where were you at? You were in Alabama.
Yep,
You was in Alabama. And I think that's when I found you on Facebook. Yep.
yep. I spent 10 years there.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And what the life of me was, I'm like, why she was supporting Alabama? She ain't even.
Where she come from? Who this is?
I'm like, she don't even live here. What is she? And I lived there for 10 years, and I never supported any of the Alabama football teams,
Oh.
especially when they killed Michigan. And I was like, oh, that was an embarrassing. Oh, that was embarrassing. But I never supported their football, and I'm like, I
Mhm.
don't care if I live here forever. I will never support any of Alabama's football teams. I'm gonna be Michigan all the way. And it was just
Yeah.
crazy. So what made you join the Navy?
So before I say this, I'm gonna put this disclaimer out there. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, the family dynamics that I grew up in and and I became to know Um, I required, me personally, I required consistency. And with that, I needed something for me. I
Mm-hmm.
needed to not feel guilty about the way I saw things, the way I felt about things. And I'll tell you, I felt, um, honestly, I felt like, um, home wasn't for me. I got accepted to two or three schools, full scholarships. I didn't have to pay anything but my books. And
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted a reason not to have to come home for Christmas.
Wow.
And sometimes the reality of it is some people live in a delusional world where everything is okay and it really is really not okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I began to see that I needed something for me. I needed that environment for me needed to change. And I'm not saying that, at 16, 17, 18, my environment was bad, but I will say that I guess what the person I wanted to be, it wasn't going to be in Detroit and it wasn't going to be in Chicago. I think if I would have stayed, I probably would have been with a couple of baby daddies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I had I don't think that the resources that I needed at that time was not available to me. So I needed to find me. And I needed to find me without feeling as though I needed to prove something to my family.
Okay. So at the time, I didn't right out of high school, I had two cousins, boy cousins that I loved so much. Um, Jabari went to the Navy,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a cousin, Carlton, aka Jamel. He went to the Air Force,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Come on, just go. Let's go together." And I'm like, I don't even like my mama
What
telling
to
me what to
do?
do, let alone somebody. I was like, I no, I can't do it. And then later on, it was after they went through boot camp,
Mm-hmm.
and they said they enjoyed it to the point where they made careers out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Carlton just are going through the process of retiring, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and my cousin just re-enlisted for his last 2 years. He could have went out, but he said he's gonna do 2 more years just to solidify everything with his two children going to
Right.
college. So he he you know I guess with every job, it's the ups and downs, the struggles, or whatever the case may be. So as a female, yes, I'm going there.
Mm-hmm.
As a female,
Mm-hmm.
as well as a black female,
Yes.
what what were the issues or struggles that you had being in the military?
First of all, I ain't taking no crap from nobody. You ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. You ain't gonna do me any kind of way. And I'm going to say something if I see you doing somebody else wrong. So that in itself is a struggle. And it's not a struggle personally, it's as they say, a systematic struggle, because it's okay
Okay.
for certain people. And when I say certain people, I don't mean of color, I mean male and female. It's okay
Okay.
for a male to be assertive or aggressive and say, hold up, wait a minute, you're not supposed to do that. But as soon as a female does it in an authoritative manner, when they know they're speaking the truth, straight facts, people get offensive and then you become that angry Black woman. But I'm gonna tell you this.
Okay.
Back in 2009, back in 2009, I
Mhm.
had a incident on one of the ships, and with that incident, something came up, and I was really upset about it. I came home, I was crying to my husband about it, and all the way home, I'm mad, I'm ticked off. I didn't. Can you close the door, please? I didn't. I don't think I got home that evening until about 8 o'clock at night. And
Mhm.
then my husband said to me, because I'm like, I can't believe, it, it's like you get to a point where it's like, am I that messed up? Did I really mess up this bad to where I'm the one that really needs to change? Do I really need to change? And my
Mhm.
husband said to me, he said, you have to be comfortable with yourself
Mhm.
before you expect anybody else to be comfortable with you.
Say that again.
You have to
Say it
be
again, please.
comfortable with yourself in
Mhm.
order for someone else to be comfortable with you. And
Okay.
I'm going to tell you this, from that point on, I spoke the truth. I spoke my truth and I spoke the truth for other people, even if it wasn't received. Because, why do I have to use all the long political words to get my point across? And then you got someone over here who can barely even speak English well, and they sound like oobity glue, and you receive everything that they say. Why must I speak intelligent? Why must I have to prove myself time and time again for you to hear me or receive me? So no, we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut straight to the chase. And from that point on, I grew into Katrina. I was no
Okay.
longer, I everybody normally calls me Trina. And for me, I can still can be Trina. Trina, I can still be that.
Okay, I'm back.
Which part did you hear?
I don't know what that was at. So you're saying that you still can be Katrina,
I can still,
well
I'm
Trina,
still Trina. Don't get me wrong. Okay. I got my Detroit, Chicago in me, right?
right?
I can be Trina. I can get real ghetto, petty, whatever you want to call it. But at some point, people do not receive the Katrina. And what I learned was I had to grow into that. I had to grow into being okay with Trina, but also being that Katrina. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I consider myself the queen bee. Okay, I'm royalty,
Right.
and with that,
I can still hear you.
it required me to be just be okay with it. Be okay with whatever standard that you hold in and keep going. Because people gonna say
Okay.
stuff, people gonna talk about you, people gonna try to find a way. I tell my kids this all the time. There's always gonna be a boundary. You got to figure out how to get beyond that boundary with the resources that you have right in front of you. If they say you can't do this because of this, what is the other way around getting to that?
Mhm.
So that's, I can't, I don't work with that,
Right.
and being in the Navy,
Where's your headphones?
predominantly male, you come to a point where you like, dang, every time I turn around, I'm the only female.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Probably I'm gonna say 75% of
Hold on. The phone is acting crazy.
I see.
So I'm going to stop it and start it over. And then I'll get back on.
Okay.
All right.